Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. I know I took off for a minute, but this is crazy. I couldn't wrap my head around what I'm seeing on social media. And I'm like a dinosaur that was frozen for 26 years and now I'm back. So this is just blowing my mind because we have a father that told on the son, I'm going to show you him in the courtroom testifying against his son to get life in prison. And he's explaining in the courtroom why he did and said what he said to give his son life in prison. And it hurts me to my heart to speak on this. And then I'm going to show you when he gets on Say Cheese and he's dressed up like the gangster in the hood and everything else that represent official from the street perspective. But he told on his son. Tell me what y'all think of this, man. We're going to show this and get right, all right? Mecca audio, man. We in the house. This is Ksoo's father. Ksoo, I just wanted to show you these pictures so you understand how real this thing is, right? Now, I'm going to show you. I want to take you. This is Ksoo now. Big shout out to Say Cheese. This is Ksoo now sitting on the couch and Say Cheese explaining why he told on his son. And this is Ksoo in the court. We're going to start off from Ksoo in the court so y'all understand how real this is. Listen to what he's getting ready to ask and pay attention.
Sitting here today, you realize that you are testifying against not only co-defendants, but family members.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
Well, I have a number of reasons.
What do you think his reasons are for telling on a family member, his son that came from his loins? Put it in the comments, please.
What are they?
I got some health issues. I got 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old daughter. And
So right there, he's saying that he's gonna turn in his son that he raised, that he obviously must feel that he failed to save his 8-year-old daughter. Do you think he's right or wrong for that? Put that in the comments. This is not to belittle him, but this is what's going on in our community, and we need to speak on this.
you know, when my 8-year-old daughter asked me when I'm gonna come take her to the daddy-daughter dance.
Objection, hearsay relevance.
What about your son asking you, when are you gonna come to my wedding, my brother? I'm getting ready to go to my son's wedding. I took my time as a man, and I feel you should afford it out with your son as a man because you put him in that situation, but you're gonna turn around and you're gonna explain how and why you did what you did.
Overruled.
You can answer.
When she asked me over each year when I'm gonna come take her there, and I keep letting her down.
What about when you expect your son to call you every year for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's after you know that you've put him in prison? What do you think about that?
Then my 6-year-old son, when he asked me if I'm gonna come to his football games, come take him fishing.
What about your son that you're testifying against asking you, when are you gonna come visit me? Do you think he'll ever ask you, when are you gonna come visit him after you sat here and testified against him? Put it in the comments. Would you want your father to visit you after he testified against you to get you life in prison? Would you call your father for these holidays coming up if he testified against you and got you life in prison?
My other 6-year-old, he asked me, when I'm gonna come see him. When he begging me, please come see me, Daddy. He want to teach me how to play the game, but he don't know where I'm at. things like that.
You testifying against
My health
your
issues.
brother.
What health issues do you have?
I have diabetic. I'm diabetic.
Enough of all that. If you got all these diabetic situations, no disrespect to you, that's even more reasons for you to claim it and let your son go, because you lived your life and you brought your son in this life of crime. You brought your son into this life on the street. I'm just keeping it 100, talking to you man to man. If I was in your shoes, this is what I would do. So I'm speaking for me. It's not to belittle you. If I brought my child out there on the street, and yes, I had my child knowing how to roll weed and run in a corner store when I pull up at a stoplight to go get me a Heineken and all of that at 8, 9 years old. I was a terrible father. But at that time, I thought I was the best father, like you thought you was the best father at the time when you put and allowed your son to have a pistol in his hand. And God knows what happened after that with that pistol. How many lives of innocent victims was shot. You're responsible for that. I'm responsible for what I did for my son as well. So I'm not immune from this, and I'm no better than you, and I'm not talking down to you. I'm talking to you as a man to man on YouTube. You know what you doing is not right under the street code. You raised your children under the street code from what I saw on YouTube, because I don't know you. So if I'm wrong, correct me. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just want the youth to know how real this is on the street. You was riding in a car and a son got killed, you got shot, all this, and then this son went out to avenge your son allegedly, and you're shooting allegedly, and then he gets caught and go to prison, and you aid and abet getting rid of the clothes that he had on at the time on your own, went to dispose of it, and then you tell that to the federal government to help seal the nail in your son's walking coffin, my brother. Where do we do this at? Y'all need to share this video, like, subscribe, and definitely hit the notification bell, because I took a little time off because my mother, 90, she went on a run when she was 60 when they tried to lock me up. When I was going through the same situation as what this young man is going through. But at the time when that happened, my mother knew. My mother told me one thing: don't worry about me, baby, just stand tall. And my mother ran for 7 years until the statute of limitation ran out, and she's 90 years old now. And she prayed for me for 26 years in prison. She said she used to hold my picture in front of the mirror every morning at 6 o'clock and say a prayer. So I started doing the same. I hold my picture, in front of the mirror and say a prayer to God to release me. And I even had my woman that was on the street doing that as well. That's how we dealt with this situation, brother. And they offered for me to tell on my own brother, my mother's son. And at this time, there's only one of us that was captured. Only one of us that was captured, brother. So I wasn't gonna give up my brother so my mother could have 2 children that was captured, because right now, we look at the war on drugs like it's nothing. The war on drugs is serious. That's what took the black man out of the communities. And we deserve to be taken out of the communities because we was moving like savages. I was moving like a savage. I'm speaking for me. So what choice did they have? But they didn't have to give us these draconian sentences and life sentences. That's why everybody talk crap about Donald Trump. When the Honorable Donald Trump came in, he gave us a chance. Yes, I said honorable. So y'all get mad, unsubscribed or whatever. You might not like everything that a president do, but he do what he need to do because he's fighting for the people. And the people might not understand or agree with the methods that he choose to fight by. The same as y'all don't understand the codes that we live by on the street. I'm an ex whatever you want to call it, street dude, but I'm bringing it to you real, and I'm giving you the code, man. And I'm just letting y'all know what it is. A father testifying against the son, that's the biggest treason that you could have in the street. I'm gonna ask you something, Ksoo, because it's not to disrespect you, big bro. And I'm even calling you big bro, you know, because you stood on what you feel is man time by testifying on your son. And I had a chance to testify against my own brother, and I wouldn't testify against him. If me and my son committed a crime and they picked me up because I looked like him, got his name or whatever, I would never tell that it was my son. That's where it'd be my son's responsibility if he choose to step up and say, no, it wasn't my father, it was me. But that would be after a conversation that we had, and if he looking at too much time and I'm old as I am now, I tell him, yo, I'm gonna lay down for this little 20, man. I might put another 20 out of this old life, man. Go live your life because you're still young and make something to keep the legacy alive. You crushed the legacy on the street level, and your son went hard from what he learned from you. Because what I see on the social media, you was an official character. You was an official man. And I'm a character too before social media, and these rat bastards and flip-flop wearing and public trolls, they try and jump out there and say, oh, he called him a character. No, I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just talking to him to let him know that you committed the biggest treason that you could ever commit. And if I did what you did to my son, I would decapitate myself. That's just me where I stand. But if you can sleep good with yourself at night, that's all that matters. And then I see you on Say Cheese. Matter of fact, let me go to the Say Cheese, man. You know, let me go to Say Cheese real quick, because I don't think they understand what time it is, that this is so serious right now.
Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca.
All right, so this is Ksoo now on Say Cheese. We heard him talk about he chose to do what he did because his daughter was asking about this and that. But what about your son, my brother? He came from your loins too. If he failed, it's because of your teaching why he failed. You have to own up to that. So all I want to know, matter of fact, you can even reach out to me. I'll talk to you, brother. I will talk to you on the phone. Because from what I've seen on social media, you was an official man down there. But you already know when you did what you did, you lose all that. And then now you're on social media and you're trying to justify what you did. And it's a real crazy story to a civilian, but not to a gangster, my brother. Let's see what he got to say. Oh, let's see what he got.
2020, you get a phone call from Ksoo, and he wants you to pick him up.
No, 2020, I got a phone call from Crazy K.
From Crazy K. Okay, my apologies. Take us through that day. What were you doing before you got the call?
Ooh, boy, I'm gonna get in trouble for this shit again, boy. I spent the night at the hotel with this little chick.
All right, so no disrespect. You feel you get in trouble because you speaking about you was at the hotel with another chick worrying about another female? You're a gangster, my brother. Screw what she think. You call the shots, you bring in the bag. You know what it is. You the gangster. All right, she found out it is what it is. Now where we go from there? You want to cut the bag off because you're in your emotions and in a minute you got to pay your bills? That's what you tell her. Well, you say you're going to get in trouble. I just want to have fun. All right.
And I was at the hotel getting ready to check out. I was supposed to have been out of town, but I was doing a little thing. And the little chick, I had you know, old lady, she had an old man. So I get the call and I gotta get her back. I get the call. Crazy, he called me and said, hey man, I need you to go pick up Scotty. I'm finna drop you his location. He dropped the location, I look at it and it so happened, the location probably is close by me. Anyway, I don't think it's no urgent because he didn't call like, hey, I need to go 99999. So I ain't thinking nothing of it. I take the little chick all the way across town. Then I go back to pick up Scotty. When I get in the neighborhood, I see one police car.
Big shout out to Say Cheese.
I pull to the location. I pull up in the yard, park in the yard. I call Scott. I say, where you at? Boy, I'm out here. He like, I'm coming. You know, he like, I'm coming. Then one time I see the helicopter. It was like in a distance, but it did circle over that way real low. It was low enough for me to see the guy in the helicopter.
Mm-hmm. That means he was watching you, brother.
So I was like, well, nah. They ain't gonna call me for no bullshit anyway, you know. So I wait about 10, 15 minutes in the yard and they finally come out. When Scotty come out, brought her Dominique with him, but they got on pajamas. So I'm thinking they're a little chick house and they, you know, parents done came home, they hide, and they gotta, you know, get out. So they get in the car. They ain't come out the house running. They walk regular, get in the car. Now mind you, I'm in my car. A orange Challenger, loud orange as fuck. They get in, we pull off. They don't get in, tell me, hit it. We get off, we get on Arlington Expressway and they go to telling me what happened. Tell me that they got this, they had the old white lady in the house, made her lay down, lay on the couch, all kind of shit. I'm like, oh my fucking God. They tell me about, you know, well, Scotty tell me about what happened. And now I'm like, fuck. In my mind, I'm like, I need to get these motherfuckers out of my car. But I'm not thinking like a really regular citizen pull over, put their ass out or nothing like that because of who called me.
Heard what he said, he ain't thinking like a regular citizen. So that means at that point you crossed the line and you became an aider and abettor and assister of this crime. And then you testified against the men of this crime. Make this make sense. Somebody put this in the comments if you agree or disagree. And make it make sense. Tell me what he's saying here.
Crazy K called me, you know what I'm saying? I'm do whatever for him, you know. He called me to go get him. I'm going to get him. So I go across town to Grand Park and I switch cars because now I do know what's going on. I don't know what's going on before I pick him up, but now I do know what's going on. I switch cars and I take them way out to my house. Take them out to my house. They change clothes. They give me the clothes, and I leave.
You see what I'm saying? They gave him the clothes and then he left. He willingly took the clothes and became a part of the crime. So at what point is he justified for telling on this crime? But he's giving you his justification and we ride.
And that's my dealing with them for that day.
He took the clothes from the scene after he knew what happened at the scene and about the crime. When he dropped them off, he had every opportunity to walk away and say, I didn't want to have nothing to do with this. That's one point of view. Do y'all agree with that point of view? And he also had the opportunity to say, give me the clothes, let me help y'all get away with this hideous crime. Do you agree that's what he did? Put it in the comments.
That's my dealing for him. And people may think because I done that, I was in it.
You was in it. You willingly took the clothes. You was in it, man. somebody send this to him. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just talking to you how you would talk to somebody else that was in this situation and you was looking on.
You know, but that ain't true because, not to me, because it'll give me the opportunity to say, I want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a part.
You said you wanted to be a part of it when you took the mother effing clothes, dog.
Part of this,
Yeah.
you know, and I can't sit here and tell you that I wouldn't have son of Uber. I wouldn't have fucking son of somebody to go get them besides me.
All right, you sent somebody to get them besides them, right? You sent an Uber. It's coming from your account. They know you sent them. You send somebody else, they get caught. They do the same thing that you doing. And you already know what that means. So, what are you saying here? Somebody put in the comments what he's saying. I'm really confused.
My car on these doorbell rings.
So with the Uber and whoever you sent to drive there, it would have still led back to you. Period. Yes, they took away your right to choose. I understand what you're saying, but when you found out what happened, you had the right to choose to get the F out of there and not take the clothes. Once you took the clothes, dog, you down. You down for $1, you down for $1 million.
My phone ping in this lady driveway. My phone.
And so with the phone ping from the Uber driver that you said you could have sent, or whoever it is that you sent, besides the Uber driver, if they decided to tell on you. And if you're doing it and you're the gangster, what do you think someone else that you'll call is gonna do? The son reached out to the father because he felt the father was gangster, because the father raised him and he's following in the father's footsteps. And the father betrayed that.
Phone ping in this area. All this. So how am I gonna say that wasn't me? I wasn't.
You was gonna say that because you were supposed to ride it out with your son. You and your son was supposed to have a conversation and you tell your son everything that you told him on the stand. You got an 8-year-old daughter that's asking you about going to the father-daddy dance day. Oh, that was the daughter. And then you got the son. Want you to play football with him and hang with him. And you also got the son that you chose to hide the clothes from a crime that could possibly land you in jail for life. So when they pick you up and you choose to do this, now you think you got a reason to tell? Somebody put in the comments if you feel he got a reason to tell. All right? And put in the comment what you think my opinion is on that.
Wasn't there. How am I gonna do that? You know, with this new technology, this phone, after they find out, they follow my phone everywhere I went.
It's called investigation, brother. Whether it was this new technology or old school technology, you let them do the legwork. I can't even believe what he's getting ready to say here. That the government didn't do enough research. They didn't need to do enough research when they had you as the star, witness of this show, of this extravaganza. You just went down in history because your son went in history because he went out like a man.
You know, once they go back in it, they gonna check that phone data. So what I'm gonna say, there was 100 charges out there, but there ain't 100 charges registered Abdul Robinson.
No, you wasn't supposed to say nothing. Like Colonel Klink, you remember Colonel Klink? I see nothing, I hear nothing, and I speak nothing. That's what you were supposed to do. And let it play out. Allah got you. God got you. Buddha got you. whatever your faith is, my brother, but you don't turn in your son that came from your loins under no circumstances. If y'all feel there's a circumstance where you should turn on your son and do what this man did, put it in the comments.
Ain't 100 phones registered to Abdul Robinson that's pinged in this lady yard. I'm pinged in this fucking lady driveway.
All right, and
They got doorbell rings on this goddamn my tag. All kind of stuff. So how I'm gonna say what I'm supposed to say once Butter tell them that was me that came and picked them up.
you wasn't supposed to say nothing, brother. You know it. If the tables was turned and you went out and committed a crime and you called or texted your son to pick you up and he came to pick you up and everything played out the way it played out, you're trying to tell me that you would be all right with your son flipping on you when you called him and your son know that you're in a life of crime, and if you're calling him it's about some criminal activity, even if it's to go to the club, because you may see your ops. Man, we ride. Yo, big shout out to Harlem Legend TV, man. He just came to my mind because he helped me so much, man. My bad.
I never see Ksoo that day. I never see him that day. But the girl who went and picked him up, she testified. Ain't nobody talk about her.
Nobody's supposed to talk about her. You're the head gangster. So why would we talk about somebody that's expected to tell? Let me take a ride, Rob. Let me take a ride. I used to send drugs up and down the turnpike allegedly. And allegedly a female came to me and she wanted to, do something. And I said, I give you these drugs to drive up the highway. I'm gonna give you a $1,000 key. I'm gonna give you 10 keys. I'm gonna give you 10 grand to take this 10,000 up. It'll get you out to all your financial worries plus some back in the 90s. She said, yeah, but if I get caught, I got my son to worry about, so you already know I'm gonna tell. Now that was my choice. So I understand what you're saying about they took away your choice. But you deep in the game, brother. You raised these young men in the game. They looked up to you and followed in your footsteps and you just betrayed them. So if you could sleep good at night, that's all that matters. I know I wouldn't, but I'm just speaking for me. So if you comfortable with what you did, and I'm saying to everybody say, oh, you need doing this, you talking about rats, bastards, and all this. No, I'm not attacking rats. I'm saying if you're a rat, just admit you're a rat. Don't come amongst the lions and wolves and tigers and say that you're one of them when you're really a sheep in wolves' clothing and the lions' clothing and the tiger's clothing. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Don't get involved with the streets so you don't have to make these decisions and say no stupid ass rat bastard crap in my comments. Because this is a gangster channel and we speak gangster facts from a gangster point of view. So because a gangster decide to turn his cloak in and become a sheep, we supposed to forgive him because he felt that he had his right taken away to choose if he wanted to be a part of the crime, the very crime that after he heard about this horrendousness, he turned around and said, give me your clothes, let me stash them so you don't get caught. He never said, but if I get caught stashing the clothes or if they question me about these clothes, I'm gonna tell. So to me, this whole video goes out the window, bro.
She testified that she went and picked him up. People acting like they didn't see. They took that same live with the same outfit. People act like they ain't seen none of this.
So what? What does this have to do with you testifying against your son?
They just act like I put this man in jail.
You did when you took the stand against your son. Stop it, man. Own up to it. You did it. This is who you are now. You're still a man, you're still a killer, but the man is questionable. Even a coward could kill. Not calling the brother a coward. But just to give you an example, if you corner a roach in the corner, he's gonna jump at you to get out. And that's a roach. So if you corner a man that has a gun in his hand and his finger on the trigger, do you think that he's gonna bust off to get out? Anyone could kill. You don't have to be a gangster. You could be the biggest coward would if he's cornered.
I seen that it wasn't a way for him, me, or nobody to get out. So I gotta play chess in this game here and get myself out of this to be in a position to help him later down the line.
Now you made that choice to get yourself out to go help him later on down the line, and you didn't even have a conversation about this with him. So if you didn't have a conversation about this with your son that you're trying to get out of so you can go back to help because you so love and dearly care about, none of this makes any sense to me. None of this makes any sense. Because if it made sense and you believed it was honorable, what you would have done was spoke on this with your son. If you didn't speak on this with your son, you knew it was dishonorable. You knew it was dishonorable when you didn't speak on this with your son. Come on, man. What are you doing over here? Let's get this right.
Because I still help him in whatever he need to be helped in. But I got to get in position. I can't do nothing. They know this, you know. Butter get caught that day, the same day. When they're in there fighting with the lady kicked Butter in the nuts. And she see 1993 tattoo on Butter arm. So you know when you go to jail, they gonna take pictures of all your tattoos. So they put together everybody who's supposed to have a tattoo. She picked Butter out. She can't pick Scotty out though.
Man.
But when the case come around and the trial come around, Scotty DNA, they done pissed in this lady's house. They done used the bathroom in this lady's house. They done drunk water in this lady's house. They done fucking Butter, Scotty DNA all over the fucking front of this lady's clothes. Now Butter telling them that I came and picked him and Scotty up. That's collaborating all this evidence.
And?
But everybody is missing all this. It's just that somebody snitch. Somebody this here.
You did snitch. Could you believe this man saying that he didn't? Come on, dog. Like I said, this video is not to disrespect this brother, but it's to point this out so that the youth understand that this ain't worth it. Because this is not a position you want to be in, to sit here trying to blow smoke up somebody's ASS with foolery that you know you don't stand on. You know you didn't raise those young men on. But now you're trying to raise a whole new group of younger generation to believe this bull. Come on. Let's ride.
I snitched. I told, but Butter collaborated all this evidence.
So what? Butter told too. No disrespect to Butter, just speaking the facts to facts. And I don't respect none of this telling. Let's get that straight when I say no disrespect. But this is just to be used as a tutorial to show you how it's not worth it. You got one rat pointing the finger at another rat right now. Oh, my bad, he didn't rat, he told. What's the difference between ratting and telling? Put that in the comments. Could you believe y'all had these stupid ass conversations? What's the difference between ratting, telling, and snitching? Come on, dog.
I gotta miss me And Ksoo got arrested the same day.
And
I don't feel like I snitched. I told.
so what's the difference between snitching and telling? Somebody tell me what the difference between snitching and telling is. I can't believe that they're sitting here talking about the difference between snitching and telling. If you told, you snitched.
It's a goddamn difference. You know? Yeah, I told. I got up on the stand. I told. I'm owning up to that.
Now, to own up to that, you snitched. You just don't like the word snitch. When you told, you snitched. When you told, you ratted. Let's keep it 100. But you'd rather be respected as a teller or a tolder than a rat bastard. Somebody make this make sense.
But they got to look at the whole broad situation.
What's the whole broad situation to you? Somebody tell me what
But-
the whole broad situation is in something like this. This make no sense whatsoever. But y'all put in the comments, been on here long enough. Man, big shout out and follow my man Keanu going stupid for the banging beats on Instagram and TikTok. And make sure you subscribe, you know what I mean? And Unique Mega Audio. Keanu going stupid. That's who did this beat in the back. Let's keep it moving. Alright.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, feet back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. I went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend it Ed. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars, it's about buying property to make the community yard.